Awesome. And normally I'm on a call where I can be really interactive with people. So Stephanie, if you see comments in the Facebook or comments anywhere, please unmute and let me know if there's comments. But if you're watching this on recording, then please comment in the chat. I'll be watching the thread and stuff for a while and see who's watching on the replay or live. I can't check the notes at the same time as giving you the presentation, so bear with me. But if anybody has anything to say, I'd love to be interactive on profiles, especially with virtual calls these days. When you're a speaker, you want to be a little bit more interactive if you can.
Yeah.
But I will go into, you need to just give me co-host access so I can share my screen, if you would. And then I will.
Okay, so I'm not super tech savvy, believe it or not.
Yeah, if you go to participants, and then under my name, it should give you an opportunity to make me a co-host.
Huh, I learned something new, I love it.
You can also allow your participants to record as well. I don't do that on group calls like this, but like one-on-one conversations, I tell all my clients to record it on their end, so I don't have to send them the recording. Makes life a lot easier.
Brilliant. Thank you so much for teaching me something new, Katrina. This is a good start.
You are welcome. You're welcome. I'm learning all about this Zoom stuff, just like a lot of you probably. Let me get started on this presentation. I'm also going to pull up the chat just in case anybody says anything to me in the chat. Okay, so how to make fast cash with easy yes offers. And if you would, Stephanie, also give me maybe a 5-minute mark, that'd be great, just so I know how much time I have.
Will do.
Okay. My website is jumpstartyourmarketing.com. You can always go there. There's actually a resources page with a bunch of free trainings. Please go grab them. Honestly, there's some good, juicy stuff in there. I want you to try me out. I want you to listen and learn before before you're probably ready to talk to me. So that's fine. I want to know who wants to make a consistent, smooth running, money-making business, right? Drop the chat if you want. Yes, making money consistently. I mean, that is so important, the consistent part, right? Because the roller coaster of cash flow, it sucks, right? So when you make a whole bunch of money one month and then not a bunch of money the next month, it's like pulling your hair out. Oh my God, how can I just get consistent so I don't have the money stress, right? Money stress is what drives our desperation. What drives our fear. It's what drives our insecurity of which marketing things to do or how to get clients or even what to say about ourselves in a commercial. So we don't want the money stress. We want you to really put this out there that you want a consistent, smooth running, money-making business. Put this out to the universe and really talk about it to yourself every day because it's so important to keep that on top of mind. I'm here for many reasons. I want to inspire you. I want to educate you. I want to give you some tips. I want to give you some good ideas today, things you can do to make more money, but really it all comes down to making that consistent revenue. I've been doing consistent revenue in my business for over 12 years now. I've been in business for 18. So that first 6, that was a roller coaster ride. But, and every year it goes up, okay? And I just had probably my best month ever where I did not have a live event. And when I hold my live events, which are like 3 times a year, they're 3-day events, and sometimes I'll sell anywhere from $60,000 to $120,000 at that live event, okay? But with a month that did not have a live event, I just had one of my biggest months ever. Seriously, during COVID on Zoom. I didn't go anywhere, okay? So I want to teach people how to do this too. I want to teach you how to do this. And I want you to embrace really trying something different and getting outside your comfort zone because you can make money on almost anything these days. I get that it's hard for a lot of businesses. I have clients who are estheticians and can't work. I have clients who are organizers who can't work the traditional way. I have flooring companies. I have all kinds of different businesses, but we're still getting creative with how to make money differently. Okay, so if you can't think of it, it doesn't mean it can't exist. It's just you haven't thought of it yet. You haven't thought of how. So I'd love to share, if anybody, is in the chat room, I want to know your big money goals. A lot of times when I ask this, the goals I see are a little bit too small, or someone doesn't respond because they see all these big numbers in the chat and they're comparing themselves and they're like, Stephanie said 300,000 a year is what she wants to make. I can't even think about that. I'm not even making 50 yet. And so they think of themselves as a small thing and don't think to really expand their goals and stuff. And I don't want that to be you. I want to know your big, hairy goal. Now, I'll tell you a story. I was in a coaching program one time, and I hadn't even started making $100,000 yet, okay? But this coach was like, and all I want to do is make $100,000. That was my goal, right? I'm like, that's a huge milestone in an entrepreneur business, was to have revenue of that. But he forced me to push harder, bigger goal, until I set this $5 million goal per year. And I didn't believe it. I didn't believe it was possible. My subconscious, my conscious, my brain, nothing in me believed that I could make even $1 million, much less $5 million. So it was kind of a ridiculous goal in my mind, okay? That doesn't mean now it's not a viable goal. But back then, when I hadn't even made $100,000, I think it was a ridiculous goal, okay? So that doesn't mean that you want to stay small. I want you to stretch. I want you to stretch in your numbers, know where you're at, and know that you could probably, for some of you, quadruple what you're making. Triple perhaps, and double most certainly, okay? So think of where you're at and think if you can double it. Think of where you're at and think of if you could triple it. Okay, and that could be a good goal. Now, this doesn't have to be your end goal like you ever want to make. This would just be the goal for right now. And then once you reach that goal, or once you reach it, get a little higher in your goals, you can stretch and make a different goal. You don't have to keep this goal forever. So it's not the end all be all goal, okay? So I do see Esther, yes, 10,000 a month, great. That's 120 a year, awesome. That's a great goal. When you get to that, we'll double it, right? Or 1.5 it, whatever we need to do. And then Stephanie, 1 million, yay, that's an awesome goal. Hopefully you're on your way there. I know what you do, so I know it's totally possible, especially in this market. And so cool, Esther. Thanks for playing, you guys. And honestly, one of the things that slows us down is we don't see proof sometimes. When I first started my business, I was just in the local area of Sacramento, California. That's where I started my business, this area. Right, I was in El Dorado Hills with my previous husband, and I ran a lot of people in the chamber and BNI and things like that, but I didn't really run into a lot of entrepreneurs who were making hundreds of thousands of dollars, or who were charging hundreds of dollars an hour, if not more. And so I didn't have that mindset yet that I could do that, because I hadn't been around people finding out what was possible, right? It wasn't until about 3 years into my business that I actually went to this workshop in LA. It cost me $3,000 to get there, of which I did not have. I had to scrape, borrow, steal, and move money so I could get to this event. And everybody there had the mind, not everybody was making that kind of money, but everybody was getting the mindset around it. Oh my God, it blew my mind what was possible. And when I learned what was possible, because I saw proof, other people doing it, and people were talking about it, and it was like a no big thing to talk about money, because some circles you get into, it's like taboo to talk about your money. I don't think it is. I think you should find circles where you can talk about money, because we need to talk about money. We need to talk about money shame, money mindset, money lack. We need to talk about money goals, making bigger money. In fact, I was on a call this morning with my diamond group of my Polka Dot Powerhouse that I'm a member of. And the diamonds are kind of the elevated group where we're a little bit more business savvy. And I said, I was like, okay, so I sold more this month than I've ever sold in any month that I didn't have a live event. And I freaked out. I'm like, and I exceeded my monthly revenue goal. And I have more money in the bank right now than I've ever had as an entrepreneur. And I could say it in front of these people, because they were all like, yeah, cheering me on. They weren't going, oh, how did she do that? No. So don't surround yourself with those wrong people. And I don't think you are. If you're in Empower Hour, I think you're in the right place. But please be open to having that money conversation, you guys, okay? Let's see. So Jennifer says 500 a year. Awesome. Stephanie, Yahoo. Esther says faking it till I'm, faking it probably till I'm, faithing. Oh, you're on. You probably are meaning faithing it until you make it. That's awesome. And I love that. Yeah, we don't want to fake it. We do want to faith it. You got to have faith. That's awesome. Okay, cool. Well, thanks for playing. And then, so in order to get to that money goal, we have to be motivated, right? So some things motivate people more than others. Some people want to give back and make a big change with donating and tithing and things like that. Some people want to go change the world, and that requires funding. So therefore, you need to make a lot more money. Some people just want to live a happier, healthier life with their family. Maybe you want to upgrade your house or take vacations, and there's nothing wrong, and it's not being selfish, by the way. And so I know this last September, I was able to let my husband, his job, and start his own business, and it was so amazing, and it happened at such a perfect time. He was so stressed, and it was hard on his body. He was a pest inspector, and he had to crawl under houses, right? So he got to leave that job and start doing voiceovers at home, and he built this cool little office, and now he has less stress with, so now he has technology stress. We always have, there's always something, right? But what motivated us was to get him home, get him out of that stress, and get him in a place where he could really thrive and be happy. And then COVID hit, and then we became having to homeschool our child, right? And that's what we're doing today. Of course, we have the classroom set up in the spare bedroom, and we weren't expecting to do that. And luckily, because we have this kind of household, we can do that. And so, we're not really taking a lot of crazy, amazing vacations this year, unfortunately, because there's not a lot of places we can go. But, but I want you to figure out what motivates you and what really drives you, because that's going to help you keep those money goals on top of mind and actually make the sale or make the offer or get more people into a conversation around your products, programs, and services. So I highly recommend getting into the motivation. A few things to think about in regards to money. When is the last time you raised your rates? Now, I know some of you who are maybe doing mortgage or real estate, you can't always raise your rates necessarily. I get that. But for those of you who can, when is the last time? I was on a call the other day, and someone said it was like 2018. And I said, oh, honey, I'm like, everybody expects, you to raise your rates every year. So just raise them, inch them up, do something a little bit more, because if you can make more money on what you're already doing, why not, right? And don't use the excuse that, oh, it's COVID and nobody's buying at my current rate, so why would I raise them? Because there's billions of people on this planet, and you only need a teeny tiny bit of them to actually make a lot of money, you guys. So you just have to talk to more people, talk to more of the right people, get just more conversations, get in more circles, talk to more people, ask for more referrals, ask for more, what do you guys need help with? Give more. Sometimes we just need to give more, and then automatically things come to us. We're like, oh my God, she's giving me, and then someone will go refer you to like 20 people or something. It happens to me all the time. I'll give something and someone will go share my stuff on social media. It's like a pay it forward, right? But think about, when's the last time you raised your rates, and is it time, okay? And then, are you selling or offering the right things? We're gonna talk about that today. What are we selling? Some of the things we're selling, we might not be able to sell like we did before COVID. Some of the things I might talk about today you've never thought about. Maybe you just haven't done it, or maybe you've been procrastinating, or maybe you've been thinking, I wanna do it, but I don't know how. And so you've been putting it off for months and months and months or longer. And we want to help you make a decision faster on some different things that you can sell, because money follows speed, you guys. Money follows speed. So the faster you can make a decision and just do it, it doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be done, okay? And sometimes I just throw an idea out there, and like, hey, does anybody want to do a course with me for 3 or 4 weeks on this topic? And they're like, yeah, okay, great. I'll put up a quick little sales page with a couple $100 offering, and I'll get a bunch of sales, and I'll go, okay, I guess I'm doing the course. And then I'll go create it, and I'll figure out what I'm going to teach and go sell it to more people, right? So it doesn't have to be perfect, especially right now. Everybody is expecting you to create new things and pivot and tweak what you're doing, because they know that a lot of us have to. They know that a lot of us have to change what we're doing and offer other things right now to make money. And so it's totally acceptable right now, especially. So don't miss this window of opportunity, because that's what it is. The last thing is, are you doing enough day-to-day revenue producing activities? Lead generation, marketing, follow-up and sales, conversations. All of this stuff will lead to a lot more money, and there's plenty of people buying. You're just not probably talking to or getting in front of enough people. And that's a whole nother talk, by the way, but we'll maybe get some stuff in around that too. Today I'm going to talk about the Easy Yes offer, because it's something that people want right now. They want to try you out. They want something low priced and bite sized that they can get the information they need from you and do something with it, because they're learning right now. They're investing in training, learning, their own self-discovery. They're investing in their family and their homes, and as well as their businesses though. Okay. We're going to talk about creating your Easy Yes offer and other types of offers, like business models you might want to have in your funnel if you're able to. And even if you're like financial planner or insurance person or mortgage or real estate, we can find other income streams for you. So just hang tight, okay? All right, so really quick about me. I love hanging out with my family. This is my why, Jason and Riley. And we have a lot of fun together. Thank God we like each other, because we are stuck with each other right now in COVID, right? Can't really get out much. So thank goodness for that. I also love inspiring with clients. So I love doing events and masterminds. And if all I did was hang out with my family and hang out with women like you guys and just talk business and help people, I'm fulfilled for the rest of my life, honestly. But I also need some vacation time too. We really need a vacation. We just had one, but it was like WVE, worst vacation ever, because of COVID. Anyways, it's a long story. I'm not going to tell you now. But the official stuff, I've been in business for 18 years. I really started with just networking at live events, you guys, and follow-up. That's all I did, and I probably got to about $70,000 a year that first 3 years of my business, just by doing networking, more networking than anybody probably, and follow-up like crazy. And just I was helpful to people, and I gave them great advice, and so they hired me, right? That's sometimes all it takes. You don't have to be salesy. You just have to give and be. And then, I just have changed it since then with books and live events and virtual things. And now I have a couple different membership programs, and it's just fun. It's fun. And I like to make marketing and sales fun for people that don't necessarily think it's fun. There's ways to make it fun. Okay. And the goal again is to get you to that consistent revenue generating business model, no matter what your goal is. So I've had a ton. I'm not going to go into a lot of the roadblocks, but know that in the last probably 7 years, I had death in the family. I had a divorce. I had a breakup. I had 2 total hip replacement surgeries. My current husband, when he was engaged, we were engaged, he had cancer. My mom, husband died. I had to take care of her. She fell 3 times in Vegas. We finally moved her out here this year. And oh my God, I've been through a lot. But because I've had a lot of systems in place, systems and ongoing marketing, and I even have a small team of a couple people who do stuff for me to keep the lead generation, marketing, follow-up, and sales stuff in place, and that keeps it consistent. Because of all of that, I haven't lost any income, okay? It's critical to have a team, you guys. It's critical to have systems for lead generation, marketing, follow-up, and sales. If you don't have that, and you can't step away from your business for 7 to 14 days, or maybe even longer, whether you're going on vacation or you have to go take care of a loved one, you have to get these things in place. Because what if, right? We are the biggest what if right now, which is COVID, especially for those who work in an office or something like that, and you're not able to do business as usual. So you have to stop though. Stop what you're doing. for a few weeks, maybe a month, and really put these systems into place. You might not even know what systems to put into place, and you might have to ask whether it's me or somebody else, get some support with this, because this is the beginning of making that consistent revenue. And then it's the enough marketing. You turn on the marketing hose and you get enough people coming in, but not before you fix what you're selling. That's where we're talking about what you're selling today. Because if you don't have the right things to sell, then you might get a bunch of people who just come through and don't even do anything because they're not attracted to the things you're selling, or they're not seeing the things you're selling. So we have to get clear with that. Let's see, Stephanie says, welcome, Christina. Hi, Christina. And Esther says, system, save yourself some time, energy, and money. Thank you for that acronym. Awesome. All right, so this is my team. I just have a couple of VAs. I have a CPA, a bookkeeper, and then of course my family. And then I'm a part of a lot of different organizations. And I know you guys have Empower Hour, and some of you are probably in Tapestry Network, and maybe a chamber. But what other groups are you in? All the ones that I belong to are nationwide, if not global. And I get so many clients from all these other organizations, it's ridiculous, okay? So I hang out there. That's where I hang out, especially right now. So maybe it's time to join another group or two. I don't know, to expand your reach a little bit. Might be something to think about. As far as what you're selling, these are the kind of things that you might have for your offerings, right? You're going to have some free gifts, obviously. Hopefully you have multiple free gifts. Like I have 7 free trainings on that free training page I was telling you about. And so there's 7 different topics. You can create checklists for this and a timeline for that, and an infographic. You can have an ebook. You can have a video series. You can have a free webinar. You can have something where you were interviewed. I could do this talk, like you're taking the recording of it. I could take the recording of that and put that into a free gift. You could do all kinds of things as free gifts, many different topics. I know that all of you can come up with 3 to 5 free gifts. The reason you want to have different ones and not just one is because people will be attracted to different things. Some people want to read, some people want to listen, some people want to watch, some people want to fill something out, like a quiz or an assessment or something. So figure out some different free gifts. This will help your reach. This will help build your list and get more people into your funnel, okay? And then we're going to talk about the free or low cost offerings today, but then you're going to have some other things in your funnel that are way more expensive. Please put a high-end program in, or program or offering of one-on-one. Please figure out something where you're making $5, $10, or $15 or $20,000 a year or a month or whatever for something. If you can't think about what that would look like, come and talk to me, because I have all kinds of ideas, like a plethora. So here's the easy yes offer stuff. You can take a picture of this if you want, and I want you to start thinking about this and maybe post something in the chat when you think about what you could sell. Now, real quick, I'm gonna go, so I just talked about free gifts, right? And I have another slide. So these are a bunch of free gifts, free audio, free report, free webinar, free drawing. So for the network marketers, I would say just do a free drawing and pick a winner every month from all the new subscribers, and that is your free thing. So you can get more new subscribers who would enter, right? It could be a free consult, it could be a free booklet, CD, planning guide. It doesn't matter. Do a few of these, okay? Now, a lot of these ideas could also be your easy yes offer. You could actually charge for it, right? Now, I noticed there's some stars by the free consult. The free consult is not the first thing you want to offer people on your website. It's not, because most people have been burned before by somebody online, or they have not gotten what they needed, or they've been sold by some slimy person in a free consult before, and they're very hesitant to do free consults. So especially when they're going to your website and they've never met you before, usually we want to design our websites for people we've never met before, and we have no idea what they do, or the people that have no idea who we are. That's who you design the website for. Therefore, they are especially not going to go and say, okay, I'll have a consult with you. I don't even know you or what you do, but I'll do that. No, they're not going to do that, ideally. So probably 98% of people that come to your website are not going to do your free consult yet. So give them other options first, please. And then in the follow-up, you offer free consults and stuff like that once they get to know you and they can try you out, all right? So that's the thing about the free thing. And let me go back to the easy yes. So then the next step would be, hey, now that you've listened to my free audio, I'd love to invite you to a consult, or I'd love to see if you're ready to hash something out, or do you want to do a website audit, or do you want to do a health audit, or do you want to do whatever? And it's only $50 for that initial audit. And I know this is not your regular, should not be your regular price. If your regular price for the hour is say $300, I don't want you to just give $50 off your hour for this initial easy yes offer. That is not what you want to do. You want to give like a $99 offer for that initial offer, or the initial 1 or 2 calls. Trust me on this. You have to trust me that you will get more business. And you can totally say, this is not my regular hourly, and I only do this for the first person to try me out, or someone who's new to me to try me out, and it's $99 and you get an hour of my time, plus I'm going to give you an ebook, or I'm going to give you an event ticket, or I'm going to give you this worksheet or a video or whatever. So if you can package that consult with something else, that's even better. That's like more of a like number 5, big package of products, low price, right? Maybe you give an ebook, a video series, your hard copy book, and you mail it, right? And a consult with you. And you could put that for like $197 or something like that. That's what I usually do for my easy yes offers when I'm doing a presentation like this, or a speaking gig, or even when I go to live events or have an exhibitor booth at live events, I will usually have some kind of easy yes offer order form on my table, right? Or in my purse. I always have forms in my purse in person, right? And online, I have pages for you to go to. So if you're interested in a $197 offer with a ticket and a one-on-one and a book and a this and a that, then there's a place to send you. There's a URL that I send. So I have this Word document in my computer, especially now for Zoom. I have a Word document in my computer where I literally will copy and paste blurbs into the chat room. It's like, oh, you're interested in this, or oh, here's my thing, and then I'll copy it into the chat. You've got to have these little blurbs pre-written about the things that you're offering, and the links to go on the website. So that means you need web pages, right? And you need a place for them to click and buy, like with a shopping cart or even a PayPal button. So those are the kind of things we have to make available when you're on Zoom calls, because you can make money today, literally, whether you're the speaker like me, or the host like Stephanie or Jennifer, or you are just an attendee and you're networking in the chat room, and you might meet somebody like, oh, Christina, it was nice to meet you, and I really love what you do. I might be interested in buying your thing or whatever. And Christina would just put the blurb, okay, here's the page to go sign up, right? And that's how it happens. You can make appointments from Zoom calls. You can also sell things from Zoom calls. It's better to drive people to a phone call though, ideally, but you want to have these easy yes offers readily available in order form or flyer form, as well as on web pages. So I know it's kind of a stumbling block for some people who maybe don't have a website that they can easily update, or don't have somebody to do that for you. Please, this is the first assistant you want to hire, is how to make sure your web pages are all working, right? And they have buy now buttons if there's something you can offer. So I want to hear if you guys have some ideas. Like, do you have some ideas on things you can do, honestly, for an easy yes offer? Anybody? I know there's not that many audio on here. If not, okay. So let me just explain another thing too, because I get this question a lot. But Katrina, I'm worth so much more than $100. I'm worth so much more than, or an hour of my time is worth so much more than 100. I have really a hard time charging just $100 or $50 or whatever that you're suggesting. And I'll say, I know, trust me. I feel like I give away the farm sometimes on these easy yes offers, but you know what? It pays off in droves. It really does with the right people. And I mean, I'm proof of it. I have so many clients that use this strategy, you guys. I'll tell you why I started doing easy yes offers is in the beginning, when I started my business, I was kind of an easy yes offer. At that point, it was like $59 an hour anyways, because I didn't know what I didn't know, but that was 18 years ago, right? And but then I got some coaching with this online world, and all these coaches kept telling me, like the one guy who said, you want to make $5 million. Well, he wouldn't let me sell anything less than like $40,000. He said, no, you have to have this high price program. It's positioning, and you don't need the people who won't pay that. Just hold out and keep talking to people until they will, and until you find the people who will pay it. And I kind of drank that Kool-Aid for a while, and boy, it didn't really pay off. Let me tell you. It paid off a little bit with a few people, but I was only talking to like a handful of people, and I wanted to help so many people, and I was not helping the thousands. And that is why I do what I do today, because now my goal is I can reach thousands of people. I have a program that's like $7 a month, my International Entrepreneur Network. And literally my goal is to get like thousands of people in there paying $7 a month to get business help and advice. Now, that's not up to that many people yet. Let me tell you, it moves a lot slower than you think when you do that kind of stuff. But the point is that at some point it might be good to have that, so you can help people at all different budgets. People don't just come to a call and say, okay, I've got $10,000. What do you got? Right? I'm ready to spend. They have to you have to show them the value. But the easy yes offer will help you get more sales quickly on a daily basis and get people to try you out so that you can then offer them other things and sell them into other things. And they can get a feel for you. You can get a feel for them too, in case you don't want to continue working with them. Because, right, sometimes we get the bad clients in there, and we don't want that either. So there's that. But when I went to this workshop one time, and I was still kind of drinking the Kool-Aid a little bit, I was coming in, and we were all supposed to be offering something like this, people in the group. And there was about 70 people in the workshop, and we were all supposed to come with an offer, like what do we really do? What kind of package can we offer? And I came in with my $2,000 offer. It was like half off my regular $4,000 Jumpstart Your Business in 90-day program. And I thought, I'm going to give them half off that, so it's $2,000. Plus, I'm going to come with my little flash drive here, and I'm going to put $500 of my online products on this flash drive, and that's going to be the bonus. So when you sign up for the $2,000 thing, you get this flash drive full of $500 of all my online trainings, like my follow-up system and my speaker training and all this stuff. And everybody kept saying, like, well, how much for the flash drive? How much for the flash drive? How much for the flash drive? And I said, oh, the flash drive is not for sale. It's the bonus to the $2,000 thing that's half off right now. It's a great deal. And they're like, nah, like, we want the flash drive. And I said, okay. And so I just came up with a price that was easy because we all had cash, $20, right? It should have been more because I would have made more, but $20, people were throwing their $20 bills at me and their credit cards. And in like 20 seconds, I sold all 8 that I had. I didn't have any more. And so I was like, that's interesting. I need an easy yes, try me out offer. Like, that's when it came to me. I didn't have the name of it then, but that's honestly like what I did and why I created then from there on. And that was probably 2009, maybe 2010 perhaps. And ever since, now that I have these, I'm telling you, and if you have a couple different ones, so if you have different topics, right? Like if you're a life coach and a health coach, you might have one for life coaching and one for health coaching, right? So it could be your products too, but however you're going to sell your bigger packages, if you have a bigger package for thousands of dollars, most likely you're going to sell that in a conversation, right? So I recommend your Easy Yes offer include a conversation with you of some sort so that they can experience you in that way. And you can also then talk to them about their needs and see if they're a good fit for the high-end thing while you're in that conversation. If your Easy Yes offer is only the do-it-yourself stuff for the book, or something that they may or may not look at, then that's not necessarily the best thing. You might get the money today, but it might not actually turn into more sales, which is what we want. And so like the 4 hours for $100 here, number 4, that's something I hired my current CPA. She offered that at an event years ago. I don't even know how many years ago I've been working with her. But she had a bookkeeping service. She was starting bookkeeping. She's my CPA, or she wasn't my CPA at that time. I had a different CPA and a different bookkeeper. And she was all in one, right? but she was offering 4 hours of bookkeeping for $100. And I thought that was a good deal because I was already paying $35 for bookkeeping an hour. And so I'm like, I'll try her out because I wasn't really happy with my bookkeeper. I wrote her a check for 4 hours and I've never looked back. And it's been years and years and years. And she bills me every single month for bookkeeping. She's made a ton of money off me, plus all my taxes and CPA stuff. And so you just don't be scared to really low ball offer on this. Just, you can tell people this is not what I do on a regular basis, but I have this really great way to try me out. Okay, that's the key. Any questions on this? So let's see. Stephanie says, what if you're having a hard time coming up with an easy yes offer? I know. Well, then we just need to talk about it. We just need to talk about it. It could be that you just need to write a book and you're going to have a book soon. It could be that you do a book plus a consult. Now I know if, like I said, if you're in mortgage or finance or insurance or something like that, your consults are usually free, right? And usually you talk to people for free. Think of something else you're really good at. I think you mentioned, Stephanie, that you're really good with follow-up. Was that, did you say that today? Okay. So what if you created a little follow-up training and you sold that for $50? Like, honestly, you have to think outside the box. It could be something that simple that you create a little follow-up thing because you are amazing at follow-up and people need to do their follow-up, right? I did this with a client at an event and she was really good at follow-up, but she was a network marketing business and she would always just talk to people for free and people would come into her network marketing business and then she would teach them everything she knows, right, for free because they're in her business and her downline. And I said, Debbie, you are amazing at follow-up. We need to get you to create a follow-up system so that you can teach that as a different income stream. She did, and now it's her main thing. She has a whole follow-up program that she teaches. She speaks on it. She's in the Bay Area, and she's making a killing on that now because we came up with that one idea. Okay, so it could be something that simple. It could be that you're really good with Facebook or Instagram. You don't have to have a training on it to know how to navigate it. If you're playing clients from it, teach other mortgage people how you're doing it across the country. Why not? You just have to have faith that there's enough business for all of us, right? So yeah, it's 5 minutes. Thank you. Okay. So share your ideas in the chat. Even if you're watching on the replay, I want to see what you thought of for an easy yes offer, and I will comment, or you can private message me. Honestly, I will say if it's a good idea or not idea. Let me say one last thing. The bad idea of an easy yes offer is an ongoing thing. So don't sell an ongoing thing. Don't sell a 3-week course or a membership program that's a monthly fee. That's not a try me out. That's a commitment, right? Even as short as it could be, don't do that. Do something different. That's my only thing people ask me about a lot. Okay, we already talked about the freebies. These are the 5 levels of offerings in your funnel. So you've got the freebie or multiple freebies, the easy yes offer or try me out offer, right? The do it yourself. So once you create some courses or you do some things live or you create some kind of product, then it can be sold online to the do-it-yourselfers who just want to go through it themselves. There's a do-it-yourself thing. And you can have the low price thing that's just the little, maybe a small ebook and a worksheet or something, and that could be under $100. But you might also have a 9-week course that could be thousands of dollars. So there's many things in that arena that you could create. The I'm all in one-on-one. For those of you who are coaches or can sell like yourselves and your services, you want to have some one-on-one. Your one-on-one though needs to be like your high end. Instead of giving it all for free, figure out how you can package it. And I know for, like I said, those other types of business, service-oriented business owners, sometimes it's a train the trainer. So we teach this. If you're really good and you're making $1 million in mortgage, then you might need to go turn around and teach other mortgage people how to create $1 million business. And you then get mortgage people as your client and you do a training on that. You don't have to do that business model, but that's the idea of where you can change what it is you're doing, create a whole nother income stream. You see the people, I see it in real estate a lot, and it happens to be on my radar right now because my husband's going to go through this little real estate investing course by my friend Mike this weekend. And he is amazing. He has like 146 properties. He does rentals, and he's making millions of dollars. He travels all over the world because he can, because he doesn't really live in one place. He just has all these rentals. And now he's teaching people how to do it and how to flip and how to invest without a lot of money and how to collaborate with each other, as a lot of the realtors are that do that. But it's still another income stream that he chose to take. You certainly don't have to do that. The whole enchilada is like everything in the kitchen sink. When you work with me in this program, you get one-on-one, you get group stuff, you get live events, you get online trainings, you get this, you get that, you get this. That's what I do in my mastermind. But I've been doing this for 18 years. So if you don't have all that stuff, don't stress about it. Just what can you throw in with your stuff, right? And another thing about the whole enchilada is maybe you have some power partners, other businesses, and other complementary services and people and friends and professionals that can give you trainings. Like, what if you could ask me, you could say, hey, do you have something that teaches entrepreneurs this? And I say, yes. And what if I gave it to you? And you could include that as the whole enchilada as part of your thing. And when they bought you, they got this thing for free, and they got this bonus, and they got that bonus. And those were all given to you by your friends who want promotion to your people. See, so you make arrangements like that, and you can create a big, easy, whole enchilada type of program. All right, and then it's the making it easy for others to buy and get information to contact you. So you really have to get savvy with your technology. You got to create these lead generation processes with autoresponders, thank you pages, opt-in boxes, buy now buttons, special forms, maybe even text message marketing. It's so important. And there's a couple free things you guys can get today. There's, so this is, oh, I'll go back. The Jumpstart Your Biz group on Facebook, it's free. You can join me in the International Speaker Network for free. It's ispeakernetwork.com. You can even apply to speak there. And then the free training page is here, jumpstartyourmarketing.com/free trainings. And there's one on speaking, there's one on maximizing your website, there's one on becoming an author, there's one on jumpstarting your business, your purpose, all kinds of stuff. And if any of you that go there and say you're from Empowered Hour, I will send you my free book. Or I will send you my book. It's not free. My book, I will send you it for free though. If you go get something for free on my website and say you're from Empowered Hour. So that is my gift to you guys. And it doesn't have to be 5 of you, but if it's not today, then you have to remind me, because I might not remember that you came from this. Okay. All right. Whew, that was a lot. I hope that was helpful.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Katrina. That was amazing. And we're so happy to have you with Empower Hour today. I'm going to go ahead and take us off Facebook Live real quickly here.
All right. And I'll put those links in the chat too, just in case.
Thank you.